boys are rolling. Reinforcements have arrived. Hey guys. Hey. Good to see you. Hey. Thanks for coming.
Not a problem.
We got most of the hard stuff done, so. Yeah. I mean, Payton and Chuck did. Tip of the day, make sure you lather up with sunscreen. We don't want you burned, especially if you're a ginger like me. All these are tight now. Pins are in. Rows are hung. On to the next step. So Chuck is taking off this wad of whatever you call this mess, rat's nest of sensors. What these do, these are optical eyes that have a hole in the hose, and he's having a lot of problems with them. So we are going to chop right here. We're going to keep the hose, chop here. We need about 5 inches, 6 inches out for the new blockage system sensors, the recon blockage from Intelligent Ag. And so we'll chop those in. We're tying all those up. You want to be careful about just cutting it all out, because sometimes those ECUs from the original system actually are needed for a work switch or the cart to work. So just be careful and mindful of that. Maybe unplug it first and see what happens. If it still works, then you can get rid of the whole system. But don't just chop it all out and then realize you got a problem and won't seed. Jesse's over here making dreams come true with the blockage system. Nathaniel's over here putting the depth adjuster arms on. There's a link that goes with it too that you'll see farther down. We've dreamed those out as you've seen, and he'll follow that through the rest of the machine here and then do the front rank.
Okay, so now that we got the row units up, we're gonna go ahead and assemble everything. We have our feed tube here. It's got a mounting bracket, 2 holes in it. We have half inch bolts here that get pushed through the cast. And then we will just line our holes up with those 2 half-inch bolts. Shove it in there, thread some nuts on, and then we will go ahead and torque. We'll go till that bolt head stops rotating, and we are good. Good to go.
These depth adjusters happen to be taken off the machine. That isn't always necessary, but if they are, this is a good time to put them back on before the discs go on. In the hardware kit, you're gonna find our grade 8 bolt, a hardened washer, and a hardened bushing that replaces the ones that came out of here. You wanna be watching for the condition of these retainer springs. There's a lot of times we find this happening where it's broken. This is supposed to be together, one piece, and this one has broken or cracked, and that will not hold as well as a complete one. So here we've got a new one from Case that we'll put on in place of that broken one. Fixed a bad retaining spring so that it is back to good working order.
So on these discs, they fit, the holes fits really tight with these bolts. So sometimes it can be a little challenging lining up all these bolts to get them on. And that's probably the #1 complaint about anybody putting discs on. It's hard to get these started.
When you're putting discs on, it's really efficient to drop your discs in each row before you come along, and someone can do that the whole machine. Kind of avoiding getting on the scraper job.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm videoing, okay? I can't be working when I'm videoing. Why am I confident ours are better than the Case ones? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me show you. Look at how much more hard surfacing we have on ours compared to the Case one. So the Case one, you've got about 3 passes. This one stops short. And what we've seen over time is we get a hook here, and that blade can actually rub wear against the disc. We want to keep the integrity of this edge longer. So what we did is we added another couple passes of hard surface, and we went the whole way trying to avoid that hook happening as this thing wears. So with all this extra hard surfacing, this blade's going to be able to wear up higher and last longer, not push the seed tube towards the disc either, which can wear it out. All right, now I'm ready to get to work. Had a nice sandwich, checked YouTube statistics. We got a really good performing video right now. Australia part 2, guys. 14,000 views. We're only on day number 3. And it got wings. It took off. That's a lot for us. Anyway, if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you check it out. I got Australia part 1, 2. Gonna do another farm tour, so part 3. If you're watching this, you're obviously a fan, so appreciate you. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. It all helps. As I'm tightening these nuts, I can see that gap close, and when it touches, and then I'll check the spring tension here. Make sure there's a good twang to it. That's nice. Now the nuts go on there way easier, just like so. The boys are rolling. We're almost done. Hanging springs, hanging arms. I'm finishing the last few rows of discs and scrapers. We're almost done. And it is almost done for the day. Main springs are on, so we've got our discs, scrapers. The link is in. The next step is to get the closing wheel arm on. Now we're installing the gauge wheel as the final step. We find that there's a lot of problems at times with the threads, whether they're damaged or got gunk in them. So sometimes it helps to chase it with a tap. Now with the hole cleaned out, we're gonna mount it up here. The goal is to get the lip of the gauge wheel close to touching, but not touching and hanging up. We want that to be spinning freely when we're done tightening it. Right there. Payton, we're on gauge wheels. You know what that means?
We're almost done.
We're almost done. Last step.
Got her done, buddy.
Yeah. Look at that golden hour sunset. It's the perfect time to be done. Mostly because we don't want to pick up in the dark or work in the dark. Thankfully, Nathaniel and Jesse came from Fargo, joined us halfway through, worked an 8-hour day even with the driving. Payton, myself, and Chuck were here since 7-something in the morning. A lot of hours went into this, and I'd say it went pretty good. We're happy with the result. We've been able to meet with the farmer and make sure he understands how the blockage system works. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the wonderful adventure we had. It's a lot of work. If you need our help, make sure you reach out to us. We're here to help you. Keep on farming. Till next time, God bless.